You're here obviously because you want to drop your 40 time. You want to be the fastest you can possibly be. So I'm going to give you guys one simple thing that's going to sustain your 40 over time. This is the best way to test your 40 to understand where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are. So you see I drew out right here 10 yard, 20 yard, 30 yard, 40 yard. Now obviously our goal here is to make you run the fastest 40 possible. But in order to do that, we need to see where your strengths and weaknesses are. So we will test the 10 yard, the 20 yard, the 30 yard, and the 40 yard. And what you're going to notice yourself getting faster and slower throughout those 10 yard increments. And that's how you're going to start to change the way that you train. So 10 yard, say you run a 1.7. Then here, say you run a 2.7. Here, say you run a 4.3. And over here, say you run a 5.5. That's not that good. 1.7 in your first 10 yards is above average. You're running pretty quick. You're doing okay. 2.7, you're actually really quick in 20 yards. But then you start to drop. You're starting to drop at that 30. So you see yourself, you're like, okay, I'm fast here. I'm really fast from 10 to 20. Really, really fast here. So like this is your number one. And then when you get into the 30, you start to taper off. So you're going like this, and then you go down. So we need to figure out a way for you to do this. That is the best way for you to run the fastest 40, obviously. So there's going to be different styles of training that you can do. Now for guys who are guys who look like this, who start off really fast, that means you have a good first step. You have good first step quickness. But your acceleration is terrible. Like you're not accelerating properly. So some of the exercises that you should be doing and adding, and even add it to the 40-yard blueprint. Add some extra stuff. Work on some extra things that you learn in this video. So if you're that type of guy where you start off fast and then you die down, so you're like this, then you should be doing more broad jumps. You should be doing more close chain exercises. So things like squats, things like anything where your feet are into the ground, you're exploding. Tuck jumps, rocket jumps. Any jump where your feet start on the ground and you just have to push as far as you can and up or horizontal, that is what you need to be doing, vert and horizontal. Now, for guys who are the opposite, so say you start real slow, so say you're something like 2.0, then you're at 3.3, then you start to speed up. So then you're like, okay, you're back to where this guy is. You're 4.3, and then maybe you run like a 5.1. Right? Because you're the guy who gets faster as you go. So you start way down here, and then you're just like this, and you level up. These types of guys need to improve this phase right here, this phase. So exercises to do that are quick feet drills. So in our activation, in our warm-up, do an extra set of the quick feet stuff. Do the quick feet lateral, the alternate, the wideouts. So those are good. So anything where you're firing your feet extremely fast, and you're working on that 10-second explosion, that is what you need to be doing to become better at that short burst speed. And also work on your start. But yeah, so be sure that you're testing. You're going to need 4 stopwatches, so find some friends and get them to stopwatch you and actually start graphing where you speed up and where you slow down and make some changes based on that. Thank you for watching the X's and O's of the 40-yard dash video. This is the complete breakdown that you should be memorizing and implementing into your own testing and into your own training. Now, on this video, in the link below, we're actually running our first ever camp. It's a 40-yard dash camp that former D1 running back, Chris James, is going to run the entire camp for the month of July. So if you're watching this video and it's before July 1st, 2020, because this video is going to be up for a long time, get thousands and thousands of views. But if you are lucky enough to see this video now, be sure to click that link below and get yourself a spot in the 40-yard dash camp. As always, be sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a little circle next to me on the right-hand side. Be sure that you're clicking that and you're subscribing to the channel right now. Turn on those notifications and leave a comment and let me know what sport you play, and I'll be reaching out shortly. Talk soon, guys.